guys, we are going to go ahead and start on 11.6, which is geometric sequences. So what we're doing is we're going to see a pattern between numbers in a row. So let's go ahead and start with this. We have 3, 6, and 12. What I would do is I'd check and see, what do I do to the first term in order to get to the second term? So with geometric, I'm multiplying by something, whether I'm multiplying by a whole number or I'm multiplying by a fraction. If the numbers progressively get bigger, I'm multiplying by a number. So in this case, I want to double check, I'm multiplying by 2. So if I go from 6 to 12, I should also be multiplying by 2. What that means is that my common term is 2. So in order to find the next 3 numbers in the sequence, I would use this same term, okay? I would use that same ratio. This is called the common of ratio, okay? So you will have something like this and it'll ask you to find the next 3 numbers in the sequence. So I find if I multiply by 2, my next term would be 24. Multiply by 2 again, I'd get 48. Multiply by 2 again, I'd get 96. So the next 3 terms in this sequence are 24, 48, and 96. My common ratio is 2. So let's go ahead and try another one. Let's say I have negative 16, I have 4, I have negative 1, and I want to find the next 3 terms. So in this case, I take, because I'm going lower, I'm going down in numbers, I know I'm going to be multiplying by a fraction. So I'm going to take this 4 over the negative 16, so the second term over the first term, and I'd simplify that, it's negative 1/4. So I should be able to check the same thing. I'd take this term, the negative 1 over 4, and it's the same. So what I'm finding is my common ratio is negative 1/4. So in order to find my next 3 terms, I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply by negative 1/4. So my next term would be a positive 1/4. I multiply again by a negative 1/4 and I'm going to get a negative 1/16. Multiply by negative 1/4 again and I get a positive 1 over 64. So those are the next 3 terms in my geometric sequence. Let's say I have something like this that gives me some terms, but it's asking for, like, what if I want to find the 50th term? Well, I don't want to multiply out 50 times. So let's say I have 5, I have negative 10, I have 20, and we'll go like that. Okay, so I want to find my common ratio first. So what that means is I'm going to take this second term over the first term, I get negative 2. I want to double check it and take my third term over my second term. Again, I get negative 2. So that means my common ratio is negative 2. Let's say I'm asked to find the 10th term. Okay, so there's a formula for this. For those of you who like formulas, here we go. We have a to the n is going to equal a to the 1 times r to the n minus 1. Now, n is the term you want to get, or the desired term, okay? The a to the 1 is my first term. So in this case, this is my first term, that's my a to the 1, a sub 1. My n, in this case, is going to equal 10 because I want to get to the 10th term. Okay, so if I want to find the 10th term, I'm going to plug this in. So I'm going to say that a to the 10 equals a to the 1, which is 5 times. My ratio I found was a negative 2, so it's negative 2 to the n minus 1. So if n is 10, this is going to be to the 9th power. Okay, let me grab my calculator. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work backwards. I want to do the order of operations. So I'm going to say 2 to the 9th power. So a negative 2 to the 9th power, I want to do that first because this exponent only goes to the negative 2. It doesn't go to the whole term. Remember, order of operations, you do exponent before you multiply. So 2 to the 9th power is a negative 512. It's a negative 2 to the 9th power. And then I'm going to multiply that by 5. So multiplied by 5 is going to give me a 2560. Okay, 2560. So that is our 10th term. Let's go ahead and try one more. So I'm going to go ahead and write that formula. A to the n is going to equal a to the first power times r to the n minus 1 power. Okay, so let's say I have, let's go ahead and do a harder one. So this is at the very top of page 733. I'm going to start with 512, and then I have 384, and then I have 288. So I want to find that common ratio. So in order to do that, I have to go 384 divided by 512, and that's going to be 384 over 512 would give me, my r is going to be 3/4, or if you do it on your calculator, you could get 0.75, but let's go ahead and write it as a fraction first. Let's say I want to find the 6th term, okay? Again, I can go ahead and I can multiply it out so I can find that 6th term, but let's say I don't want to do that. I want to work with my formula. So in order to use my formula here, okay, we're then going to say the first term, which is 512, times the ratio, which is 3/4, to the n minus 1, I want to find the 6th power, or the 6th term, so it's going to be to the 5th power. So I'm going to go ahead and use the decimal version just because I'm working on my calculator. So 0.75 to the 5th power is going to give me this crazy long number, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Take that and I'd multiply it by 512. And my 6th term is going to be 121.5, or I could say 121 and 1/2. Okay? Either of those is correct. So we want to make sure that we use this if we're finding a crazy term, a crazy power. If not, then we can go back to the beginning where we have our standard ratio, and some of your problems are going to ask you for the next 3 terms. So go ahead and just multiply it out to get the next 3 terms in the sequence. Okay, good luck.